is the Glass Cannon Network.
If that's moving up, then I'm moving out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Haunted City. We were just having a little Billy Joel sing-along here. This is Haunted City, where we play Blades in the Dark, the incredible game by John Harper and Evil Hat. We are into our second season, far into our campaign. Big things are happening. With me, as always, I have the incredible actors, improvisers, raconteurs, and players, Josephine, McAdam, Ross, Bryant, and Salim. How are you guys?
Good. I feel
got
really
you
good.
A house out in Irondale. Is that all you got for your money? You know.
Okay. Ross is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I love Billy Joel.
Yeah. Billy Joel's great. I got to see Billy Joel and Elton John perform together, dueling pianos.
Wow.
It's like, good core memory there.
Damn.
Incredible. They were both incredible.
Yeah, I
love them.
I like pianos in a rock milieu. You know,
Your Ben Foldses.
Right. I love a Ben Folds.
Your Keenses.
What? My what's-is?
Keen. That's another keyboard forward.
I don't even know about this. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
Abu, how do you feel about the piano?
I love piano. I think piano is beautiful. I'm more of a symphony and metal kind of guy, though. I kind of, Metallica's, that was like one of my favorite albums for a very long time. So I love the clash of classic or kind of sort of orchestral music with something really kind of heavy metal. I think it's I think it's beautiful when they match and work together. It's
basically music that you could listen to while people are fighting with swords.
That's exactly it. That's
storming a citadel.
That's a very
storming a citadel. Well, I just want to warn our listeners and viewers that I just had a sickness. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but the alveoli of my lungs were filled with pus. And so my voice quality the timbre of my voice might be a bit different today. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like that, I apologize.
I drank at the wrong time. That was disgusting. That was a vile image.
That my
lungs being full of pus, man.
It happens. No, look what you've triggered.
Now Jared's going to have to lay on his fainting couch.
Shit.
But also ditto, except no pus here, just bronchitis.
Well, you had bronchitis and I had pneumonia.
Oof.
Yeah, which I was checked to make sure it wasn't turning into pneumonia, because that sounds way worse.
Pneumonia sounds, I thought only elderly invalids got pneumonia because they caught a cold and they had no immune system left. No, it turns out really healthy, virile,
high T alpha guys.
Muscular alphas. Yeah. Even I guess the headline is even alphas can get pneumonia.
Oh my God, stop.
Jeez, man. You would fit right on a Joe Rogan podcast right there.
Oh,
dude.
no.
Perfect.
I wish I could get on that podcast. You know how many new viewers we get for our Blades in the Dark actual play?
My God.
Yeah, we need to start working in more themes about alternative medicine and
oh God.
Totally.
Yeah.
and climate denial into our role-playing game.
Well, Josephine, I'm glad that you're feeling better.
Well, I felt fine I've been feeling fine. I guess technically I still have bronchitis, but it just hurts, to breathe, but otherwise I feel fine.
Okay, so you're not better, and I feel bad then. Instead of feeling good for you being better, I feel bad that you are suffering.
No, it's still better. Every day is
good.
better.
Okay, great.
And you know what? You sound great. I thought we were going to get more Fry because you're definitely going to get vocal Fry from me, but you sound fantastic.
What if this was the whole show as me like, okay.
Then we'd probably have to stop.
Podcast listeners would love it.
I think it'd be really cool if there was a host of a podcast who was like,
I'm scared, man.
well, why is that making me laugh?
You know what's great is you can't laugh because you're going to a coughing fit.
Yeah.
But
In the middle of a
video is
respiratory
amazing.
Sorry. Maybe it's just that I haven't really laughed that much in like a couple of days. But it's for some reason it's really funny to be a podcast host.
Having a terrible respiratory
This is the drugs
crisis.
kicking in. These are the drugs
Just
kicking
always
in, guys.
had respiratory. Okay. It's not that funny.
I just
but-
love that this is what you've lost
This
it
is
on.
what tickles you. I know. It's like,
Yeah, like, why is that tickling me that much? Jesus. Well, anyway, I'm so glad that we're back at the virtual table and that we are able to draw oxygen into our lungs. And with that in mind, 1,000 years ago, this was a land of beauty and magic. Then came the cataclysm that blotted out the sun and ripped open the gates to the land of the dead. The city of Irondale is a metropolis of tenements and factories on the edge of a Severosi wilderness. Outside the city is a frontier filled with wild ghosts. Inside the city is a teeming hive of scum and villainy, intrigue and corruption. Sure. Life is cheap in a city that is also ruled by death, similar to Doskvol. The sun is gone. The only thing that shines in Irondale are the blades and the dark. Hello. Pulled that off.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
Yes.
Back to full health. Okay, so let's do a brief recap. Our crew decided to retire from Doskvol a little while ago. They decided to come and try to start new lives, more positive lives in a way, easier lives in Severos, Valkos's homeland. And they settled here in Irondale, but of course, according to the rules of Blades in the Dark and the reality and the fiction, the amount of coin that they had to retire on wasn't quite enough. So they have to still run some jobs. While they were here in Severos, there was a civil war that broke out in Doskvol and in Akaros proper. And it seems now to be spreading down to Irondale. Your last score in the last episode was a mission given to you by the Imperial Military to sneak on to a Leviathan Hunter Corsair that had secretly kind of, docked itself right outside, had anchored itself right outside of the Severosi coast. And why was it there? The Imperial Military didn't know, but they wanted you to get on and shut down its guns so they could take the ship. Well, the score ended up being pretty wild. It all went pretty according to plan, and you guys were using all of the rules expertly. Resisting consequences, flashback. Although a lot of times your flashbacks are like, flashback, I remember to bring a pen, which is, I think, an interesting use of flashback, but a legal use of flashback. At the very end, as Valkos was the last one climbing off the boat, Eric, the right-hand lieutenant of Lord Strangford, the leader of the Leviathan Hunters, suddenly appeared on the deck you were climbing off of. He taunted Valkos, who got back on and attacked him, and that's when Eric said the word Degathos, and a demon sprung from his chest, attacked Valkos, did horrible things to him, and then you all managed to get off the ship, but there was a giant explosion. Some of you have harm right now. Tell me about the harm that you have.
I'm blown up.
Yeah, same. I think both of us are blown up. I think Juliet stayed behind when Valkos did to wait for him, and then grappling hook off. We're both blown up. Level 3 harm. Level 3.
But mine's level 2 because of my tough as nails. But that's what it feels even worse, right? Because I'm I'm still out the game because I've got a trauma.
Yeah,
right?
I'm stressed out. I got trauma and full stress, level 3 harm. I've never done that before.
Wow.
Awesome.
Sometimes.
Slippery little Alden Sykes has no harm at all. It's just down in a boat, I think it was, watching the burning bodies of these two flung out of the ship as they leapt in front of an explosion like real 90s action heroes.
Let us, in snapshot form, because this is just sort of the fallout or the aftermath. I think that, Alden, you can kind of describe to me, what you do, what you see first, let me tell you, is that the Imperial military immediately rushes in. And they are going in on boats and things like that to the now smoking crater of a ship out there. And you're in that little, I think you guys had like a little dinghy with you or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You can see where the bodies of Juliet and Valkos are sort of floating, burnt on the water, maybe starting to sink. And I can tell you that the Imperial military, they're not stopping to help.
Of course.
Yeah.
They have bigger leviathans to fry. So, of course, Alden will collect the bodies of his companions. He now is the remnant of the remnant and grabs the smoking ruins of Valkos and Juliet onto the dinghy and makes for land.
Yes, perhaps the crew should change its name to the Ruins now. Okay, so you drag them to the land, and how do you think that? What do you think you do? Do you think there is like a sort of Imperial military makeshift encampment here, or do you think you say screw these guys and try to find your own way back to Irondale, which is a little ways away?
It is a little ways away. So, yeah, we were hired by the military. We did a favor for them. Or I guess not. No, we were hired. It was not a favor.
You were hired.
So we're acting as in a supernumerary capacity with the military. We've been deputized.
Yes.
So I think I might try to get these two at least some triage attention here at the encampment. Get them stable before returning to Irondale proper.
Well, yeah. So what I will say is that in terms of encampment, I may have overstated because it was really almost like a commando operation. So really what you see is just like a couple of, officers kind of, in the brush with maybe like a little command post set up. Like there's not like a bunch of tents and vehicles moving in and out, or like even a medical tent, really.
Okay.
And I should have told you that, but
well, if there's
now
no
what
way,
do you do?
Well, if there's no
whatever
way to...
you suggest, yes, exactly. Whatever you suggest, I'm going to go, actually, you can't do that.
Okay. I'm going to get them back to Irondale on a vehicle that you'll tell me isn't there. If there's no medical facilities of any kind, even in a military medic on staff here, then I guess I might try to hotfoot it back to the city.
Okay. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say.
Or
a vehicle that you're going to try to steal was an interesting idea. Well, go ahead. What's your oar?
My oar is the whole deal with Alden Sykes is he knows people. He's got connections and favors. I've got a little bit of, I don't know if this is still in score, but we're outside of the city. Could I not have coordinated as backup to have some contacts in the among the nomads to come and help us out, to extract us at this moment?
You know what? Don't even worry about using a flashback. That is exactly what happens. Your friends in the Bear Tongue Warband, you kind of ask them to stay close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Alden's been around long enough. He's always worried about a double cross. And we've also established that Alden sometimes calls them in. You know, you called them in when you raided the fortress of Fabio Boltzmann and stuff. So soon the Bear Tongue Warband come and they help load, you know, your friends onto horses and take you back to Irondale, where everybody can rest and recuperate. And that is when we will start doing our bookkeeping. Let's talk about XP. Let's talk about XP. Okay, so let's start with individual XP. And why don't we start with Alden, since we were talking to Alden just now.
Okay.
Alden.
Sweet Alden Sykes.
Yeah. Ross's character 6, 5.
Yes.
We got a screenshot the character sheets.
Character sheet, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
so many.
So many of Ross's
many.
characters. Abu and I have 2.
Yep.
Ross's go up to 5.
I'm
At
reaching
least-
for something.
At least one of those we can send out to the character sheet cemetery.
Oh.
Aw.
Okay, so Alden Sykes, your XP, sir. How many desperate actions did you roll during that score?
It looks like I did two prowess desperate actions.
Okay, would you like to keep those desperate actions XP there or move them over to your main tracker?
It looks like I'm kind of filling up my playbook, so I think I'll actually move them over there.
Great. Done and done. You
I
go
might
ahead
be
and
able
do
to fill
that,
it
sir.
on this after this score. Just maybe,
Yes.
just maybe.
I think maybe you will. You addressed a challenge with deception or influence. This was more of a sneaking around, sabotaging.
But he did some fast talking to distract the guards in that lower,
That's right.
And
I
that was
pretend-
deception.
I pretended to be a naval officer to buy time for my friends.
That's right. Take an XP.
All right.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Did you?
think yeah, I mean,
I don't know if it came in.
I don't know that beliefs, drives, or my heritage came in on this one, except that my ambivalence towards authority and always sort of comes in.
I think being soft came in.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
you didn't like-
that's more the next one. When I did
That's the
definitely
next
struggle with my vice and traumas.
Right, you didn't like that we were killing people, right?
I was very squeamish with the cold-blooded nature of the remnant, and yes, I was shocked by their how quick they were to take no prisoners.
Well, let's go ahead and move to the last one, and I'm going to give you one for that, and that fills up your playbook advancement tracker.
That's right.
So that means you can take a new special ability.
Excellent. And I'll just take 1 second to think about it. So why don't you go around the horn, and I'll let you know what I'm going to pick.
Let's move to the unconscious Juliette Belrose, who is blown
Okay.
up right now. Probably less badly blown up than Valkos, right?
Well, apparently not. I've got harm
that's
3. No,
right.
I was waiting on. I was hanging off the boat, right? I think
Yeah,
we
you were hanging off the boat.
both jumped at the same time. He just is extremely tough.
Yeah, and I forgot that Valkos is so tough that the
Yeah.
harm goes down one. Okay, so let's look at your playbook and see how we did there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I've been like holding on to the Desperate XP. I don't know how many were from this last one, but I think I'm just going to move one down to my playbook.
Okay.
I'll just remove the prowess one.
Okay. Did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem? Yes, you did. Take one for that, because the whole challenge was disabling guns. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
So, I marked this down. I specifically did a flashback to like an internship that I did in like academic upbringing for these canons, right?
Mm-hmm. That's great. Take for that.
Okay.
And did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session?
No, I don't have a trauma yet. I'm about to get one.
You're about to get one. Well, let's go ahead and that does fill your playbook advancement, so you get a new special ability.
Yeah, I already knew. Do you already
know? Yeah, sure.
I'm going to take Analyst, which lets me get 2 ticks to distribute among any long-term project clocks during downtime that involve investigation or learning a new formula or design plan.
Wow,
that's nice.
Get them. Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice.
Pretty dope.
Useful.
Okay. And you have earned a trauma now because you stressed all the way out during the score, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So and up till now, Juliette Belrose has had no trauma, believe it or not, everybody. So have you chosen what trauma you are going with?
I'm between I'm between 2. I think it might be obsessed.
Obsessed, and how would you describe the nature of that obsession?
I think you see it like in her research, and when she gets fixated on something, she like doesn't let it go. I mean, you saw it with Ophelia, you see it with, like, I think it's just in her nature to like, once she's going to do something, she's going to do it until the end. And once she latches onto someone. So
her obsession before was in the normal parameters of a, driven sort of human that tends to fixate on things, but now it needs to be dangerous.
Yeah, I think the ethics fall off a little more here.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and take obsessed.
Obsessed.
All right. And remember, 4 trauma and you're out of there. Okay. And that is Juliette Belrose. And now let us turn to our cutter, Valkos. Valkos, once again, desperate actions fill your tracker here. Your prowess tracker is completely filled here.
Yep.
Do you want to go ahead and cash that in for another prowess dot somewhere?
Can I move them to somewhere else, or
you can move them only into your playbook advancement?
Oh, so I can't move them to like resolve or anything. How many did I do? Hold on. 1, 2.
Trying to figure out how many there are there?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, but how many did I do in the session, though? This is the question.
Oh, well, I was keeping very careful track of that. 3.
Perfect. So I'm going to move 3 of them into my playbook advancement.
Great.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, great. And then let's talk about your playbook advancement. Did you address a challenge with violence or coercion? Boy, if you ever didn't, I'd be surprised.
You know what I mean? I feel like I did that like more than once, right?
Yeah, although I'm going to say here we're getting a little farther along in the game. And
you said no more.
So just one, right?
Yeah, just
That's
one.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I don't think I did.
You don't think so? I don't
think I did.
Can't think of an example.
I was quite efficient moving through this thing. I wasn't bringing any sort of Severosianist nature to it.
Okay, great. Oh, go ahead.
No, maybe
please.
your next one. Maybe in your next one, because like, why did you stay behind for this demon?
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
So.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's sort of a you went back to attack that guy, to mess with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you take one for that if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like Good story meat.
Oh, yeah. Delicious story meat.
So tender. I'm turning into Fabio Boltzmann again. The
God,
meats.
Jesus.
We love the meats. Okay. All right.
Yes.
And did you? Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during this session?
So I feel like I did.
Yeah, you know what? Take it. I don't know how you did, but I think you did.
I did. Okay.
I feel like I did. Okay.
I feel like I did.
I feel like
Come
I did.
on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. I
take
feel like
it.
you did.
Like I did. I was
Okay.
obsessed. I was obsessed with killing this guy. This guy
Oh,
is like
your trauma's obsessed?
Yeah, my trauma's obsessed. I got one that's just obsessed as well.
Oh.
Oh, well, if you take it for that, then I gave it to you earlier, expressed your beliefs drives. So I've given you 2 for that. Yeah, that's fine because, like I said, beautiful story meat. Okay, that is Valkos. Now let's do our crew XP.
Oh, just to say, I did do trauma. I did get a new trauma in that.
What's
session.
your new one?
Yes, tell me
vicious.
about it.
Because that demon dog
Yeah.
got into my skull, and essentially
right.
now I'm just, it's infected me. So yeah, that is where I am at.
And it's especially terrifying that Valkos wasn't vicious before.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Now.
Should I pick something like other than obsessed? I feel like that comes up a lot, like just
No,
to have
not
a
at all,
different.
man. I think
I was
it makes
between.
sense.
Let me tell you the 2 I was between
on.
is either obsessed or cold. I mean, you even described what we were doing as very cold and calculated, and like I don't know. What do you guys think
you know
fits?
what? You know what, Juliet? I just feel like her becoming suddenly cold has so many dramatic possibilities, especially when she has a new romance sort of kind of developing.
Okay.
Juliet becoming cold might be,
All right.
a dramatic thing for you to play with if you wish.
Someone
Okay.
who's been emotionally vulnerable so much up till now.
Yeah. That's a huge twist because when we first met Juliet, she cried all the time. She was like known for weeping.
yeah.
But the way you were describing your obsession is a little cold in that it's fixated
exactly.
and heady. So
Yeah,
whatever
they
you
go
want,
hand in
whatever you
hand.
want.
Yeah. I'll go cold.
Okay, great. All right, so let's look at the crew XP. You get. Did you execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage? You did. You executed sabotage. Did you deal with challenges above your station? You did, and that fills your crew advancement XP.
Oh. Oh, cool.
So
Wow,
that's
we're
a new
probably leveling
special,
up this time, aren't we?
new special
Yeah.
ability.
think about
Did
that.
you bolster your crew's reputation? You did your first job for the Imperial Military, and I'm going to give you a point for that. You definitely did that. And did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of your crew? And this crew has changed so much that it's hard for me to determine that.
Yeah.
It
What is
originally
our essential
started.
nature?
It originally started as you were sort of, when it was just Celiac, Juliet, and Valkos. You kind of fought for ghosts and for people trying to kind of shut down the magical aspects of Doskvol. And now it feels like you are something very different.
Well, it was always like it always seems like it was about sort of was the towers fall like sort of bringing down the upper class though in some way
Oh, that's true.
and the nobility. So I still think
Yes.
that is a big driving force in
And
when
you-
we're like
I'm sorry. I was just gonna point. I wasn't just telling you. Shh. I will say, yes, that makes total sense. And you were attacking the nobles, right?
yeah.
In the last score, so take it. And that leaves you 2 more. So you guys get a new special ability, or you can upgrade your crew. You can take crew upgrades.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do we want?
Is it if we get 2 dots in the upgrades like
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, that might be worth thinking about.
You guys have a lot of special abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might want to go with crew upgrade. Like you could get stuff for your lair here in Irondale, like a carriage or a boat.
Do we want to work towards mastery?
Oh, that's the way to go. Because once you fill all 4 squares in mastery, you can start getting the 4th dot in your abilities.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
let's do it. Let's start filling mastery.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, 2 dots in mastery.
Okay. I'll fill them in. All right, and that is our crew XP. Did anybody pick out a special ability? Ross Bryant? Did Alden Sykes pick out a special ability?
There are so many tempting ones here. But I think one that reflects Alden's background. If we were saying that he was a catch-as-catch-cans spy and espionage man in the colonial war here in Severos, is somebody who's had to do a lot of different things. So I think I'm going to take the special ability under the slide called Rook's Gambit, where I pay 2 stress and I can use my best action rating while performing a different action and say how I adapt the skill to this use. So that basically means I get to use my best. If I pay the stress, I can use my best dice pool on anything.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So then that reflects his background. You could see Alden poring over blueprints. He does have a little bit of study. He's had to fight his way out of tight scrapes. He does have a little bit of prowess and skirmish. All this stuff. He's done a little bit of everything in his life.
Excellent. That'll come in handy, I'm sure.
Did we do our rep too? Is that different?
Oh, that's coming now.
Oh.
You can go ahead and take +4 to your rep.
Ooh.
I'll go ahead and add that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will also talk about coin, but I want to get into the fiction a little bit again and say, Alden, you have Juliet and Valkos recuperating at your tavern, Steel Hoof, in the quarters in the back. And the Imperial Military, it's been like a week. No one's come to give you your payment.
What?
Okay. It's not really sporting, is it? So he'll he'll try to he's going to go. Well, of course, he's going to try to make contact with a Sawbones who can help out his compatriots, but also find the military contact so that he can press on them the importance of paying one's debts.
Okay. You return to the place where they had the maps laid out and all of that. That sort of building here in Irondale where they were sort of planning the raid on this boat, and it is a Imperial Military building. And going inside, you are able to find your way to the area where you were talking to them originally, and there are people there that you recognize.
Great. And I have to. I realize I haven't been maybe pointing this out as often as I maybe should have, but Alden does have that slide special ability, like looking in a mirror, which means he can always tell when someone is lying to him. So if the Imperial Military folks were lying about paying him, he'd know that already.
That's true.
So I'm not to, but it's so I. So I think if that this score is done, would tell him that they weren't lying about that. He's expecting to be paid based on his previous interactions with them, so he'll approach one of the folks he recognizes.
Yes, and that person says, I don't have time for this right now. What is this about?
The simple matter of a job well done, and getting a payment in coin for what we've done.
Ah, yes. Where did you go after the entire affair?
Where did we go? We went to patch up the wounds of my 2 compatriots who were barely walking out of there alive. The 2 of them couldn't stand under their own power. So we went back to Irondale and let you do your portion of the raid. An action I suppose made considerably more safe, considering that their guns have been completely disabled by myself and my 2 commandos.
Right, well, it's highly out of procedure to not stay for debrief after an operation. You really should have remained on site.
We were the only ones there who the Leviathan hunters on board actually saw close up. Those that did see us thought it was in strategic order for us to head back to Irondale, and so that fewer members of your band even knew our faces. This way you can perhaps use us in the future, secretive-like, you understand. Forgive me for not operating under military protocol, but I would hope that you'd also understand the value of secrecy and espionage.
Very well. Go to the Grand Quartermaster's office and they'll see that you're paid.
Thank you so much.
Oh, wait. Do you have an operational number?
Oh, of course.
Very good. Grand Quartermaster's office.
And, so he'll go to the quartermaster and...
A clerk behind a big desk says, and is there a writ?
Yeah, do we have a writ? And forgive me, Jared. Did we have a name of the
we did not.
Imperial military functionary who actually sent us on this mission?
We did not, or if we did, I
Captain?
don't remember.
Lost? Oh.
He had, no, we just know that he has a goatee. That's
There
all
was
I
a
wrote.
captain. There was a captain with like
with
a
a goatee.
peach fuzz. Yeah,
Excellent.
a younger captain
Peach
with
fuzz
like.
goatee.
Josephine's
Or
expert
no, that was
bookkeeping
his
strikes
lieutenant.
again.
There was a captain. Yeah. But
Oh,
you're not
Peach-
even
you're
seeing
right.
him. You're just
Peach
seeing
fuzz
other
goatee
guys.
lieutenant.
All of these guys are starting to blend together for you, Alden. That's what's happening. So you know what? Let's cut to the
I
chase.
do have a very important note, but I actually don't want to share it about the compensation.
Okay.
Well, wait, please share.
Oh, because it's not good for us.
It's terrible.
wait, no, share it right now.
Jared, what do you give us if I share this note about what the compensation agreement was?
Wow. I will give you my respect.
Wow, priceless, one might say.
Okay.
But imagine if there was a podcast guy. The entire podcast, he was like, okay.
No, you should
funny.
give us
It is funny.
like one reroll or something. Anyway, the compensation was that we got the good regard of the Emperor. It's terrible. Terrible.
No,
That's
no,
it?
no, 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 no. No,
it.
that was what they said to you at first. So, okay. No.
And then I didn't write down the coin. That sounds so
I did.
unlike me.
I did, though. That's what they said to you at first, and you guys were like, yeah, that's not going to work for us.
Right.
Oh, okay. Good. All right. That
Okay,
sounds right.
so let's cut to the chase story-wise. Alden Sykes, they make you go back and get a writ from the first guy.
It's all red tape and bureaucratic.
Yeah, operational
shuffling.
numbers. But at the end of it all, the captain you talked to earlier is like, and there will be a mixer.
Yeah, mixer. A party.
We do these things, yes, sort of a little celebration for our victory. And I think it would be fun if you and your people are there, if they're able to, walk and attend.
Well, very well, Captain. I'm very humbled that you'd invite us to a fete like this. And of course I'll be in attendance. As for my friends, only if they're able to stand. They've sacrificed their bodies in service to the cause.
Yes, the cause, yes. The Emperor. May he live forever. So far he
Quite
has.
So far and for many years to come. I'll see you there. Strike a smart salute.
And he gives you the date, which is an amorphous date in the future, which is convenient to the story.
Great.
Okay.
And he pays us?
Oh, and you are eventually paid by the Grand Quartermaster 6 coin.
Oh. All right.
Now let's talk about heat. Okay? I want you to know that heat is not just the authorities. Okay? Heat can also be your enemies, right? And you have really pissed off your enemies here. So I'm going to give you +5 heat.
That's with the Leviathan hunters and the nobility of Akaros?
It's just sort of in general.
5?
In general.
Well, because, 4 is pretty standard heat. 4 is not insane heat, and then +1 for a high-profile target.
Oh my god. So we just filled a whole heat bar.
No. I think we're one off.
You're one off.
5 + 1 on a high pro. Oh, right. 4. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, 4 + 1. Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Now it is time to roll for entanglements. Entanglements. Would someone like to roll for your entanglements?
I'll do it.
You didn't fill our heat, right? I just did it.
Yeah, you
Jared,
did it. Thank
okay,
you.
great.
How many die do I roll?
You're just going to roll 1. Or wait, no, you roll, You roll the number of dice equal to your wanted level, which is 1 right now.
Okay. 6.
A 6. Okay. So, give me another roll. This is going to determine... no. I know. I see what happens. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So
wait, are high results good in the entanglements? Because I'm wondering, like, as your wanted level goes up, you get more dice to roll on entanglement. It's interesting.
I don't know that they're good. High results.
They're interesting.
Entanglements are generally not good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys you can walk around, right, Juliet? Like, you don't need to be healed in order to walk around, right? Your harm is at level 3.
I've never had level 3 harm. It just says need help. So as long as someone helps me.
Okay, great. Okay, I think that you are able to attend this party, okay? But you are in a pretty bad way. And Valkos, you as well. Everybody is able to attend this party.
Oh, the party's happening before.
Oh, Jesus.
Before you've been technically healed?
Before we can heal?
I think maybe Alden would have encouraged this to happen because the theatricality of appearing at this thing when you're so bashed up makes us look like martyrs and heroes.
Fantastic.
And makes us win the hearts and minds of these officials a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm just going to tell you what happened. All right. You arrive back at this building and you go to this sort of like feast hall that they have here at the barracks at the base, and it's clearly a place for like a lot of soldiers to kind of have a party, have food and things like that. But when you go in, you're kind of ushered in by some people. You say, hey, we're here for the mixer. And they're like, absolutely, right through here. And they usher you straight through. And it's like you have an armed guard like helping you through. And they take you to some doors and they open them. And when you walk in, there's nobody there except for the captain who hired you and armed guards who immediately point their guns at you. And he says, there we go. Now that I have you all together, we'll be taking you into custody. Because the entanglement you rolled was arrest.
Huh?
Okay.
That's right.
Can I say that because I would have known that he was lying about the party?
Oh, yes, you would have. Yes.
Perhaps I maybe would have discouraged my friends from coming, and I would have gone alone to take this on the chin myself.
Are we all going to jail?
No. And
unless my friends want to do that.
You know something? Thank you for reminding me about your special ability. And I think that is what happens. Mm-hmm. You arrive on your own. And you go back, and you are the one that is about to be arrested. All the
so selfless.
I realize
so soft.
I realize that's what's going to happen. I know that, like injured parties doing it, and I want them to hide our stash. I want them to hide our money. So I make sure that they have that after I've been paid. And I'm like, I might be going away for a while, but I've got connections in the jug. So you keep things safe here until I get out.
This
it's not my first time behind bars.
This is really rough because it says,
Oh no.
you either pay them off with coin equal to your wanted level plus 3.
And our wanted level is 1, so that'd be 4 coin.
4 coin. I guess that's not insane.
Still almost everything we made.
Or try to evade capture.
Interesting. Okay.
You're inside the base. They have, let's see. They sent they knew they were dealing with a crew of 3, so there are 6 guys in here.
Oh.
Can I ask?
And they got the jump on. Well, no, they didn't, because you knew they were lying.
That's right. So that's interesting. Jared,
you can even tell me right now, Jared. Fuck you! I never went.
I never came. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have a sense of why we're being locked up? Do they just want to close like a loose end of this operation, or did we do something that they really are? Why is it that they want us imprisoned right now?
I think that they have researched some of the things that you did in Doskvol. Some of the things, Alden, you weren't even there for. Stuff that like Acphelia did and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're like, ooh, okay, probably not good that we worked with these people. Let's tie up this loose end. Okay. Which is why they also paid you. And that's why he might not have been lying originally.
Okay. What if?
Go ahead.
You did go.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew that this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, the way that we avoid arrest is by not necessarily bombing the place. But...
Okay, and
why did I know this suggestion would go like that somehow?
But by invoking fear, simply by concocting some mixtures that, Juliet is very, very obsessed by, or, cold by, sorry, placing them around the mixer and being like, hey, if you take me in, we're all gonna go down. Maybe?
Yes, we could just kill them.
Or just kill them.
Well, ultimately, is Alden's not a bad idea in this game, which has involved explosives way more times than I ever thought it would. But ultimately, is Alden Sykes, who is here, and Alden Sykes who must decide how he is going to evade capture. And why don't we find out how he's going to do that when we come back from this short break?
Oh, boy. Okay.
Out his holy sword, places his heel upon the neck of the serpent. For now, the hour is struck, the trumpet has been sounded, the dead shall walk again. The serpent comes, but upon all of them he shall place the mark of the beast.
Okay, you're in a tight spot, Alden Sykes. The Imperial Military have their guns drawn on you in this banquet hall. The captain says, "Come forward with your arms behind your head and submit for arrest."
Yes, of course. I have to say it's one of the more peculiar parties I've ever been to. Usually a mixer has a little bit more in the way of refreshments. And Alden will loosen his collar as he reaches up. It's like, "Oh, sorry, perhaps I could slip into something more comfortable." And as he pops the button, his shirt drops open, and he is strapped with explosives that the widow has made for him. And as he looks up, he's just like, "Oh, oops.
Their eyes go wide.
Is my cummerbund not to your liking?"
I did
Good
not expect
God.
you to go for this.
Good God, man. If you'd been civil, we would have offered you a drink.
We have plenty of that at my place of business. Now, the unfortunate thing about this particular attire is, if I don't walk out the front of this facility in 15 minutes, this is all going to blow and take everyone inside with it. So, I do hope we can come to an understanding quickly.
Listen, it's nothing personal. It's just, well, we received orders, you understand. I mean, I thought you achieved the mission with efficiency.
As did I. I thought that me and my friends achieved the goals of your mission with great alacrity. And he'll have his hands up and he's like, "Do you mind? Just want to daub the sweat from my brow. Time is passing, you understand."
Yes, I understand that we have to finish this conversation fairly quickly. I just don't understand why you've taken such an extreme measure here. I thought that we could keep this civil.
Oh, of course. Now, I prefer to keep things civil. Do you mind if I put my hands down? A little bit uncomfortable.
I suppose that would be okay, especially if it will help prevent the explosives from detonating.
Now, I can't say that it'll do that, my friend, but it'll at least allow my few moments on Earth to be slightly more appealing. Now, you asked me to be civil. Of course, there's nothing I'd like more, but my compatriots, you understand, who it seems as though you've heard a little bit about, did some time for, if my memory serves, destroying an entire Sparkrite facility back in Doskvol. Now they are slightly more chaotic, but I will say that what they lack in wisdom, they more than make up for in ingenuity, as you can see. The sort of people that it's hard to form an accord with, but with the right intermediary, indicating himself, are people that you can control. The sort of people that it's better to have as a friend than as an enemy. So, feel free to call on them through me in the future, and we can maintain the little accord that we've had up till now. Of course, if not, I totally understand if you wish to stand by your orders, as we all must pay regards to the immortal emperor. But alas, not all of us are as immortal as he. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, understood. Well, I seem to remember that you never showed up for this meeting. It seems to me that, why, by God, you slipped us. We were unable to track you, and, excuse me, I'm going to have that drink. Yes, it seems to me that we were never able to quite find you. At least that is the report that will be going back to my superiors, right, gentlemen? And all the soldiers don't even break attention, but they do put their guns down. Good day. Did you want that drink?
And it's like, of course, if you have time for one, I suppose I do as well. Like looking maybe at a fat pocket watch. I suppose I could
pour you one.
spare a little moment, and he'll just like very slowly like. The military keeps a lovely vintage. You must come around the Silver Hoof. That is, if you wish the services of my band again. But as this unfortunate incident proves, they do not take kindly to threats. Once again, bitter to have as a friend. Oh, lovely party, thank you ever so much. And he'll turn on his heel, give a little salute, and walk right out the door.
Very good.
Genius.
And
Incredible.
go on. Okay, great. So I'm going to say you evaded capture.
Mm-hmm. And I got to say that Alden fully was given this vest, and it is not a lie. He's going to be blown up if he doesn't pop out.
Right. So let us now talk about downtime activities. I think the first thing to do would be to acquire a good sawbones, a good physiker. Or no, Juliet can do. You can do it. I always forget that you can do it.
I took
you got
physiker.
that ability a long time ago. You took it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I knew we would be getting hurt a lot.
Well, I shouldn't be telling you what downtime activities to take anyway. So I'll just say this: who's ready and would like to take theirs first?
I'm 100% gonna do a healing roll because I'm at 3. I need help. I'm blown up. What is that? Like, how blown up am I? What does that mean?
I think that you have burns, and I think that there was also just a lot of like trauma just from the strength of the blast. I think it maybe broke bones or bruised you.
I'd only just started healing from that flamethrower in the Church of the Builder that had like seared my head. Now all of a sudden I've got these burns again. Damn.
In real life, that would start to really affect a person's appearance. Mm-hmm. I'm asking you if it's okay if your character looks like a burnt corpse now.
Jeez.
I'm joking. Okay.
No, I think in this world of, especially as a tinkerer, like I think there are all these like balms and salves and, things that are very, inherently magical, almost, and arcane.
This was a land of beauty and magic, and although the sun is blotted out, the medicine is still pretty magical.
So I will tinker with my own bones and blood and bodily humors.
I'll tinker with my bodily humors is something I always wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and let's go ahead and do that recovery roll.
Submit. And 4 is the highest.
A 4 is the highest. So we know that is recovery, and that means that you, with a 4, get 2 segments on your healing
2?
clock. Mm-hmm.
How much? A 5 would just get me 3, right?
5 will get you 3.
Okay, yeah, I'll just take the 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
actually,
I guess
4 or 5 get you 2 segments. 6 gets you
only
3
6
segments.
is the one. Okay, yeah. So I will just take my second one to also
recover.
Try and
Makes
recover.
sense.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit hard to recover because you have a simian mutant in your workshop.
Oh yeah.
Una, quiet. I told you to be quiet. I'm trying to work. I'm in so much pain, and I do not have the patience for this right now.
We are out of powder.
Stay in your cage.
Powder.
Take your trance powder.
Powder.
And shut up.
Okay.
What is Una dressed like?
Orange tunic. Loose-fitting blue pants.
Is that what Una was dressed with when I found
Yes.
them? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take that
I'm
second
gonna do it
recovery.
again,
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go.
Oh, nice.
It's a 6. Okay. So that
Great.
fills it, and then
That fills it.
and then does it carry over to my next clock?
Carry over
It's
to
like
your
one
next.
over. It's one over.
Oh,
And since I'll probably be healing in the future, 'cause this just brings it down a tier. Everything goes down a tier, right?
Yes, everything goes down a tier. Your blown up goes to a level 2, which means you currently have a bloody nose. Oh, bloody nose will go away. So you'll just have blown up, which gives you -1 die.
I know. It's terrible.
Ouch!
Does it fill
So-
up both of the spots, or is it just one?
It just takes the one spot.
Okay.
And it only gives you -1 die when it applies to, applies to the
physical
roll you're
things?
making. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably mostly physical things. So those are your 2 downtime activities. But I believe this crew sometimes gets extra. So stand by. Oh, yeah.
Well, my analyst ability just gives me 2 ticks among any of my long-term projects for formulas or design plans. So
Okay. Do you have a long-term project formula or design plan you would like to add 2 ticks to? Would you like to think about it?
Well, we have 2 on there already that I'm working
great.
on.
What are you working on again?
An alternate fuel source, recreating
right.
that once more, and then the transformation process, figuring out how to recreate that simian.
Oh, right. The mutant transform. Which one? Where would you like to put your ticks?
Let's do 1-on-1 on each.
Okay, so recall that Juliette Bell Rose, one of her obsessions that she's been working on for so long, the thing that killed Ophelia was the search for an alternate fuel source, the Sparkwright's search for an alternate fuel source. And so you are working on that while you are in Irondale. And then also the transformation process. You're trying to figure out how Fabio Boltzmann was able to create these animal mutant hybrids. Okay. We'll give you a tick on each of those. And there you go. You've gotten farther along in those projects. Excellent. That is Juliette Bell Rose. Any further activities, Juliette? Why don't you
I don't
just
have extras. Yeah.
tell us what you do after you've healed up a bit. What are your activities here in Irondale after that?
Yeah, I think she is working a lot. I mean, she's definitely going to go check in on Valkos after all of this, after we got blown out of a ship. But I think she's not happy with him.
Okay. Well, then let's do some of Valkos's downtime activities, and then we'll see that confrontation. So, Valkos.
Trouble in paradise. Uh-oh.
Valkos, what downtime activity would you like to engage in
I'm
first?
going to heal.
Very good.
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably
Well, that
what
would
I'm healing
involve-
with. Yes.
Okay. So maybe we do get this scene now.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to see the scene, and then we'll get the recovery roll.
Okay. Come here.
I kind of walk over, hurt, but also be it emotionally as well as physically.
Sit down. What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
I don't know. I don't think I was thinking.
Yes,
I just-
when you get hurt, and she's holding an arm where you've got this burn and is almost digging it a bit. When you get hurt, it hurts more than just you. You don't think it pains me to see this happening? You think I was going to leave?
You're hurting
You think I
me.
enjoy mourning
You're
those that I
hurting me.
love?
Sorry. Yes, no, I understand. Look. At least we got him. Hey? At least we got him good. You did. You got him good.
We did. This is going to sting.
God, okay.
Do this first. She's cold now, right?
Yeah. So, I add one. Do I add one die with you as well?
Well, I do a tinker roll for it.
Oh, okay.
So and I add a die to my roll.
You should add another one.
Do you also get? Oh,
You should, because I get a +1 on healing treatment rolls. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
okay, great.
It's resilience.
Yeah, so I'll add that, and there's a 6.
Wow. Efficient, clean and efficient. That's 1 clock done. So that is
3 ticks. I suppose if we spent a coin, it would make it a full 4, right?
No.
Well,
I get one. Segment filled. Just
always.
Yeah, because of vigorous.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're.
So I'm full. So you've knocked me down to So I take rid of scorched and I'm blown up level 1.
It does hurt. She's not gentle like she usually is. Like it's very much she's alcohol's going in, like not warning you before doing things, stitching up, applying things. Like it is. You can feel the annoyance in every move.
What is? Stop, Juliet.
What?
What are you doing? You're hurting me.
Says the guy whose harm is automatically downgraded.
I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't take it out on you. It's just, it hurt me as well.
No, I understand, and it was a foolish action. Yes, it was reckless. I haven't been reckless for a while, but I don't know, there's just something off about you. Are you sure you're alright?
I'm fine. I'm just trying to focus. I'm sorry. Sorry, my love, Arcos. I used to hear that my affection, my love can be a little like this, what did they say? An addictive, sweet poison. I can pull you in and I will always care for you, but sometimes I have a little bit of a bite to my affection, I just want to hold on to you so closely and to see you hurt. It brings out this different side of me, and I would do anything to make sure that you are okay, Falcos. Do you understand?
I understand.
Just try not to put me in that position again.
Clang, clang, bang. Crash.
Shh, Una.
Una? You called it Una?
Oh. Yes, Well.
Because that is my name.
That's right. You talk.
It speaks.
It speaks.
Of course I speak.
I walk over to the cage and, Una and I, obviously we were not close in the end, but we were very good friends when we were younger. And part of me missed that, I suppose.
Hey, big man. You like powder?
Juliet, there's more here, and I'm sort of indicating for more kind of care to be taken off because I'm going to heal again.
Oh, you need a healing. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yes. And I throw some
downtime.
trance powder into the cage and sort of like close a sort of cover over it and come back. Let's do this again then.
Oh, you need one more die.
Oh, yeah, one more. Actually, yeah, thank you. Here, I'll just roll a 1 die
Throwing bones.
ability to add to it.
Okay, so 4.
Okay, so a 4.
That's 2, right?
That's 2.
Yeah.
Cool. I kind of look at you and I'm like, why did you call it Una? Are you, still thinking of,
Well, yes, this is such a lovely fantasy that we are in out here, and I love it, but of course I can't stop thinking about what we've left behind. There's surely still work to be done.
I don't think it's good for you. I kind of look at the cage.
The cage opens because Una isn't being like actually locked into a cage, and Una looks up and says, Una goes to the bathroom outside and walks walks out of the workshop.
It is just research.
Right.
The name is just an affectation, a memory.
Yes,
Another
right. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Thank you. And I kind of walk, and I'm going to follow Una.
It sure seems like I do.
You follow Una, Valkos. Una is...
Oh, God.
Una actually goes out the back way. Your workshop is the back of the steel hoof. Una goes back out into the alley and is doing their business behind, the
Tell us
Irondale.
more.
You really, you tempted me there to do it.
I'm going to kind of lean, sort of stand, and as I kind of stare, I guess in the mind of Valkos, what you see is essentially just the skull of Una being crushed to the floor, being sort of torn bit by bit, and sort of this vicious, horrible, violent thoughts that are just populating his mind, because I'm both obsessed and vicious. And so I kind of look at Una and I'm like, Una.
Una looks up at you and says, "You like powder?"
Yeah. You got some?
There's some inside. Come on.
Wait.
And
That stuff isn't real. I can get you some good powder.
Let's go. Let's do it. Yes. And Una is like trying to climb onto you now and pull at your pant leg and take your hand and say, "Lead the way, powder party."
And I start walking into town.
Do you have any downtime?
That's my experiment.
Forgive me. Do you have any downtime activities in addition, Valkos?
I do have one more.
Yeah. Do you want to take Una on a powder party as part of them, or?
I think that's probably it. What can you do as well again as downtimes? You can, maybe it's just like acquiring.
We can lower the heat.
You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah. Probably going to lower the heat with Una on my side, but as we're kind of like, I don't know, looking for fucking powder or some shit. But can I do that? Okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do, right? This is how we lower heat, right? Because I guess the heat is with. Who would it be in this area with? Who would it be with? Would it be with the Leviathan?
The Imperial Military are the authorities in the area, and they keep getting orders to arrest you. So if you created a lot of heat, at some point it's Grand Theft Auto and the SWAT team's just going to show up.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the, like, as a main, and you can tell me if this is terrible, but as a way of reducing heat, I'm going to give them Una.
Oh my god.
I'm going to give them Una, and I'm going to say, I'm going to be like, look at what I found. An abomination. A vile creature. And I've got Una by the neck as they're kind of here. I say, now I know you are very much wanting to take me and my associates to somewhere very uncomfortable, but how about I offer you something greater? And I kind of hold this like a ragdoll. Say, you can take them. Do what you will, what you must. Just leave us alone.
The captain that Alden dealt with earlier is having tea. And he's like, well, I have to say, I did not expect this.
Yes, I did.
But your friend, Mr. Sykes, did tell me that you were an unpredictable lot. Let me see if some of the boys in the military science wing would be interested in what you've found here. My name is Una.
Grab
Yes.
it even tighter. Yes.
Can you just wait a moment? Just right where you are.
time.
Would you like some refreshment?
No, I'm fine. What about you, Una? And I kind of twist Una to my teeth baring like a dog.
Do you have any powder? So he calls like through a series of like phonograph like tubes to another part of the base, and soon some men in military uniforms, but who seem a little bit maybe less action types and more studious types come in, and they look over what's happening, and they whisper something in his ear, and is like, yes, you can leave the creature with us.
I kind of toss Una and I'm like, again, off our backs for a while.
This was a extremely strange way to reduce heat.
I know.
Yeah, but it is like, when you bring in another like criminal or something, or you bring in another problem instead of...
It's like something taking the rap for us somewhat.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
It's also taking the attention, right? I mean, this is quite a fascinating
You're right.
thing.
This was a completely normal thing to do. What action would you like to roll?
Oh, shit.
I think Valkos is just... I think maybe even Abu is like, let's just get this NPC out of the game as quickly as possible.
I would say I would roll... I want to say I had to handle and essentially finesse this being into the room without them feeling like as if they're knowing like any suspicion. That's why I want to roll finesse, but I know that's a very hard stretch.
That's a stretch and a half, but I'm supposed to allow any action, I guess just in keeping Una in that chokehold, because Una is very dexterous and agile. So I guess that was mainly the hardest part. And so, yes, you may go ahead and use finesse.
Blessed be fruit. Okay. Let me just actually see where heat is. Oh, do I just roll finesse?
Just roll finesse.
Okay, cool. 6.
I mean, your dice are insane.
Crazy.
You just you just reduced heat by 3.
Brilliant.
Nice.
And does someone want to go ahead and do that on the sheet?
Yeah, I'll go do that.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And finally, we come back around to our friend Alden Sykes.
Great. And are we putting that coin we made on the sheet also?
Oh, yeah. So it was 6 coin, right? Do we want to just split 2-2-2?
Yeah, sure.
Unless you want to put some in the vault, but mine's going in that retirement money.
Yeah, mine's getting the retirement. Don't you get like an extra 2 as well, Ross?
I haven't selected that as an ability. That's a special ability. But don't worry, I got my sights set on that one for next time.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, are we close to leveling up? Oh,
We got to spend quite a lot
our
of money.
crew.
Right?
You're trying to get higher tier, right?
Yeah, because we're already in strong, so the next one would be a payment required.
Yeah.
How much is
would
it
be.
again?
Oh,
It's a
man,
lot.
I really wish I could remember not only how much it is, but like also where to find that in the book. Oh, here we go. Crew advancement. Oh, no, wait. No, that's not the part. Look, I'll look it up and I'll tell you before
we'll
our next
check.
session.
Cool.
I'll make sure you know. I'll make sure.
But for now, we've just got 2 coins in our personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, you need 12 rep to fill the rep tracker. If your hold is weak, it becomes strong. Reset your rep to 0. If your hold is strong, you can pay to increase your crew tier by 1. This costs coin equal to your new tier times 8.
It's going to be 24 coin.
24
But
coin.
because we've got patron, it's half. Costs half the coin it normally would to advance a tier.
But your patron is
that
the Path of
we
Echoes,
got-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's our ability.
that
That's one
ability,
of our abilities.
half
when you
the
advance your
coin it
tier, it costs half
normally
the coin it
would.
normally would. Who's
It's
your
a
patron?
12 coin.
And why do they help you? So it would be 12 coin. So we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
So we could actually advance tier
What,
If we
next
want.
time? With what?
with now.
No, we need
with
12
6.
coins.
Yeah,
No. No. We need 24 normally, so it's half to 12.
So we got 5 in the vault right now.
Oh, you
If
want
we
to put all of
if
ours
we put
in?
all 6 in, and I could
No,
give.
I'll put 1.
Okay, I'll put 1 too.
Okay, I'll put 1 too.
Great. So now we need 4 more coin, guys. Thank you very much.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
sounds like
Ross,
one
did
more.
you add yours, or do you want me to add yours in?
You can go ahead. I'm taking it off right now.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and add
I'll
mine.
add it into the vault. Okay. All right.
I'll just remind you also that you guys are looking to kind of retire, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that requires putting coin into your stash.
Stash. Yeah.
Yeah, I've almost filled a row for my stash.
I think it's interesting that now people are, instead of making the choice, let's upgrade the crew tier. Okay, here's 1 coin toward that.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Well, next, our next job will probably give us what we need to
True.
pay for that.
Sure.
We'll see.
Okay. I mean, at this point, what if I offered you a job and I was like, 2 coin?
Oh,
And
Okay.
burn the place down.
No
Yeah.
sale.
No sale. Alden Sykes, what's your downtime activity?
Right. So, I think for the in the immediate moment, Alden Sykes has to de-stress. He took a lot last time, so he's got to indulge his vice, and I think even reducing the heat was pretty stressful because he had a bomb on him.
Yeah.
So, or I guess that's just dealing with an entanglement.
That was
So let's do that. I think we talked about his vice being weird.
Okay. Did we ever establish what that meant exactly?
We didn't. I think we only glancingly referred to that he may have also, or he saw in Valkos, someone else who's a stallion for the unquiet deed. He's done that sort of thing also. But I think this is the sort of thing of just going out and seeing what Irondale has to offer.
Okay, what does Irondale have to offer in terms of weird? Well, Alden would know it. He's the one who's been here the longest.
Right.
And I think that if he would like to have an opportunity for spirits to, sort of inhabit him, I think that that opportunity would come by going outside the city into the plains, where the spirits roam wildly, and but he can't do that in the presence of Severosi nomads, because they currently believe that is taboo. So he perhaps knows a place where he can meet spirits out in the outside the city.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's all sorts of things that he might dabble in.
There's a spirit well outside the city. And that is just the name of a place where spirits congregate. And all I can tell you is that it looks like an old piece of building, probably from the Empire's bygone age. Literally just like some foundation stones that even hundreds upon hundreds of years can't move, corroded down to where they're just like giant pebbles with tall grass growing around them.
All right.
And there are always fires burning there, because you're not the only one who likes to do this.
Great.
There's also wagons circled around it, and that's always true, because there are people who are nomadic in Severos who are not native Severosi. There are, as we have shown, many Dagger Isles immigrants here.
Yes,
and
yes.
Some of them also took up a nomadic lifestyle when they came out here. And so they've got lights dangling between their various wagons, and they're all kind of gathered around this spirit well, and they are smoking these big giant pipes and blowing smoke into the air and looking into the air and seeing the spirits and talking with them.
Awesome. Yes, and Alden has been here before, and maybe these guys also operate or protect it in some way. And he goes in, and here's something you can do at the spirit well. He's got a little staff, almost like a rain stick or something, and he'll take a rip from one of these pipes and begin to just sort of shing, 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 shing on the ground, creating this rhythm. And eventually he can let go of the staff, and it continues to move and create this rhythm, and he'll kind of take off his shirt and just start vibing out, and the spirits come out of the well and begin to dance with and through him, and it's a little ghost rave.
I think all of the Dagger Islanders around you, they join in sort of the music or the rhythm and the dance, and some of them are playing pan flutes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. And so everybody joins in, and let's roll to see how your indulging your vice goes.
Great. So I'll roll. I have the same amount of dots in every all three categories. So resolve seems like the one. I'm kind of attuning, so I'll hit resolve.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Let's see what I did. I rolled a 6.
You rolled 2 6s, mate.
3,
That's a
4,
crit.
5, 6.
Yeah, that's a crit.
I just had exactly that, so I hit it without going over.
Oh, great.
I had 6 chits of stress, so this was a good night at the Spirit Well.
It was amazing because you did not see those spirits you do not wish to see, because sometimes your high is ruined, your vice is ruined by the appearance of those ghosts that have haunted you for years, Alden 6.
Right, but I have that little, what is it, atropoic spirit bane charm, the threads that were snipped by Gretchen is around my wrist.
Yeah.
And so as I dance through and in the spirits, I never catch the eye of someone who's staring daggers right through my soul because I betrayed them. But instead, I don't know where I end and the spirits begin, and we lose time out there dancing.
So no harm and now no stress. Alden Sykes is going to be an important person in this next score.
Apparently.
Alden Sykes, what's your second downtime activity?
Well, now that I'm cleared, I will start a long-term project, and that is getting. Now, let's clarify something. I want to pivot the focus to Isaac, the Hull that I have this relationship with him and his sister. We've established that there's this terrible system in Irondale and their corrupted economy where maybe if a worker gets injured and can't work anymore, the company will offer them a terrible deal that instead of being fired, they can have their soul taken out of their body and put into a piece of machinery, and they'll work you for years nonstop with only brief breaks.
But then you can still support your family.
But you can still support your family even in death.
Yeah.
And one such Hull I've made that connection to is this one named
Isaac.
Isaac.
And his sister Agatha.
And
Oh my God.
I now own part of his contract.
Mm-hmm.
Do I own it all or just some of it?
I think we established that you own like part of it. So
okay, I want it all.
You can basically say I can, I'm going to borrow him,
Right.
for this job over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing these companies even will like share or rent, Isaac.
And it may be that it's I just have a one of their foremen. It's not legal. It's not something the company smiles upon, but I'm able to just finagle it. But it makes me sick in my spirit that I'm still, even when I use this Hull, that I'm how grotesque this system is, and I want to buy his contract fully so that he can be free.
Okay, that's great. I
And
love
set
that.
his sister up for so that she can be doesn't have to rely on this terrible lucre coming in from her brother's spiritual servitude.
Okay, great. That is going to be buying the contract. Oh, let's see. I think buying the contract maybe would be a six segment clock for you. What do you think?
Yeah,
That sounds
right. Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and create a clock called Buy Isaac's Contract. And would you go ahead and roll to do that?
Great. It seems like that might be now I'm rolling a skill here.
Right, an action.
Right.
And it can be anyone you choose.
All right. I think first off, I would want to know every feature of the contract. And so even though it's not that great of a action for me, study seems like the first feature of this. So I'm gonna roll.
That makes sense.
Here we go. And I rolled a 4.
4 on a long-term project means you get 2 segments.
All right, so that ain't nothing. Four left. So I think I'm spending nights there, even while that little lovers' quarrel is happening, and I'm hearing Una screaming for powder in the other room. In an adjoining chamber, a candle is burning, and Alden is sipping mushroom liqueur and fanning himself and poring over a pile of papers, looking at every little jot and tittle of Isaac's contract and shaking his head at the merciless nature of such a thing.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I love how altruistic these characters have become, or how they have moved, while still some of them being just shockingly vicious. Okay.
Terrible. Yeah. Wait, can we play out, I guess, the fact that Una does not come back? Like, I feel like this is...
We can play it out, maybe. I just want to see, Alden, do you have any other downtime activities?
That's it. I have 2. And I just want to make it clear that when I return, like maybe like 48 hours after returning from the spirit well, stagger back. Like when you see me, like I don't have a shirt on and I'm covered with like chalky blue and pink handprints.
Yes.
All right.
Someone went to Burning Man and it did not get rained out and muddy. Okay, so let us then see the scene when Una has been missing for a while.
Yeah, okay. I guess if Valkos comes back, presumably, at some point.
Yeah, I walk back in.
Juliet is like just facing the cage, like has her back to you.
I kind of come over and give you an embrace from behind.
Don't touch me right now.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Where is Una?
I don't know, it's your pet.
You can feel like her heart racing, right? Through those rings.
Yeah, through the rings. I'm like, Are you alright? Did they not returned?
No. You left. Right after. You didn't see? Did anything happen?
I mean, I saw them taking a shit. Saw nothing. Besides, whatever it is, I'm sure they'll come back, and if they don't, well, fuck them.
She'll turn towards you. You're not lying to me, are you?
Heartbeat, because I'm not a good performer.
Yeah. And maybe off in the corner, like you just see the glow of a ember of some sort of like brown cheroot cigar.
Just watching.
Alden is watching this and just hearing the phrase, like, "You're not lying to me, are you?" He's just like, because of course he knows. He knows.
Yeah. Alden's good at reading people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't know what happened to Una. I'm sure they're totally fine.
I see.
I'm going for a drink. I kind of leave the room.
Okay.
Interesting that he... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Irondale is a dangerous place. Accidents happen.
Accidents.
Shame, though, that something that's already suffered so much cruelty should meet still more cruelty on its return to civilization, so-called.
You know where they are?
I have a theory. I'd look to your man. I don't think he's being entirely forthcoming with you, my dear.
Yes.
It's not for me to intervene in lovers' conflicts.
It is but a hiccup.
Good. I should know that good relationship should be built on trust.
Yes, I agree entirely. Sometimes I find that the honest truth is a little too much for those around me to handle. It is still a work in progress for me.
Well, if you have your ways of bending the truth, and he has his, I suppose in as much as relationships are built on trust, they are also built on a scaffolding of white lies. There are lies that kill and lies that spare each other's feelings. And each relationship has its own quantity of both.
You are an interesting man, Alden Sykes.
I assure you, I've never met anyone nearly as interesting as you two.
Is the remnant tearing itself apart again? Already?
No.
Will the
It's
remnant
just
tear itself apart again?
It's just a casual tiff.
Just casual conversation. So,
A final scene.
What are we doing next?
A final scene. We can decide exactly what the score will be next time, but a final scene before we go tonight. An alleyway in Irondale. Outside of the quarter that is protected by lightning barriers. There's the inner city with lightning towers, but then there's the outer city, ramshackle, almost Wild West-like, with wooden buildings and a saloon type doors and things like that. And in an alleyway, it's dark. It's always dark in the Empire, but there is an orange yellow light slowly moving down an alleyway. And there is a man slumped against a wall, singing to himself. Maybe he's singing the tune that Alden was singing earlier at the Spirit Well. Definitely a Dagger Isles native. And he's enjoying stupor. That's his vice. And he doesn't even feel the heat or notice when the bright light from the thing near him comes upon him. He doesn't even hear for a second the crackle of the flames as the tendrils of light grasps his head and start to pull something away from him. And that is where we will end this episode.
Awesome.
We will see you next time. The demon is loose, baby! We'll see you next time. This has been Haunted City on the Glass Cannon Network. Thank you, Naish. Bye-bye.